Hey guys, welcome back and Happy New Year. I hope you had a great Christmas. Hope you have a blessed New Year, and I hope you had fun, or at least, survive, because you know how people are with shooting guns off in the air. But anyway, now that Christmas season is over, we are going to dive right into Valentine's Day. And Valentine's has less stuff than the other seasons, but it still has some goodies to pick over, because this Dollar Tree was picked over. I was surprised to see half the stuff gone, and while I was shopping in the stores, getting some of the footage, there were a lot of people actually shopping Valentine's Day. It's the first time I've been to, out shopping for Valentine's. Usually it's just me when I go in there, or it's like maybe one or two other people. Usually that's it. And then closer to Valentine's Day, when I would go back in to get the cards and the gift bags that I need, then it will be a bunch of people in there because they're shopping for their office parties or they're shopping for their kiddies in their classrooms. So this is the first time for me that I've been out filming and it's people all over Valentine's. I was able to get multiple stores in one day. Yeah, it was a lot going on that day, and everything was there because I was like, this is the day I can go out and get the after Christmas sales and see what's going on with Valentine's Day. So I guess everybody had that idea because they were everywhere. So if some of the footage is a little closer than it should be or whatever, that's just because I wanted to make sure I didn't get in anybody's way, or I didn't want to get people on camera or anything. But Dollar Tree has a lot of little trinkets, a lot of little goodies, so we just gonna dive right into it. I love Dollar Tree's little signs like these. I think you can place these anywhere because Valentine's Day, some people just like to be more subtle, which makes sense. But I would like, when I was watching the footage, when I was editing it, I think what you can do with these, you can put them up on a wall in maybe an abstract shape. And even if you don't do like an abstract shape, I feel like you can get like 6 or 8 of these, place them all together and make one big picture, just like one picture with a bunch of little different sayings. I think that could be really cute. It doesn't have to just be standalone. You can actually place these on the table, but I do like that these little signs have hooks, so you can put them up on the wall if you want. And they're so light, you can even use, y'all know how I am, my tried and true mounting tape. You can even use that. So I think you can do a lot of things with these little pictures, with these little, I guess, canvases. You can put them anywhere, you can put them everywhere, you can put them together separately. I do think these work really well anywhere, and you can put them in your cubicle. If you're a teacher, you can put them on your desk. You can get these for your students if you're a teacher, or even a professor, depending on what kind of class you have. Like you might be in or maybe like an art studio or something like that. Not really a professor, I guess I say like art classes, and then I don't know, something like, either way, you can do a lot of things with these, and I like that. And you can even maybe paint them up or do something. They do have I did get the do-it-yourself section. I remember I couldn't get the do-it-yourself section for Christmas, but I got it this time, and they have a lot of little goodies. And I love the little booths. I was trying to think of where I could put them, but I was like, you know what? I don't believe in just buying things anymore just to buy them, as far as I know. So I just left them there. But I love the kissing booths. They are so stinking cute. And I feel like that would be perfect to have like a little, sometimes when you see these booths, they usually have a little dog or a cat or something sitting in there. Or they have like the old-fashioned pictures. When I see that, in another store, I'll talk about that, like how the old-fashioned pictures are becoming a part of Valentine's Day. You'll have to see it to know what I'm talking about. But either way, Dollar Tree really has a lot of small things that you can make big things or leave little things. And I think Dollar Tree, this is the perfect place for office party supplies, for when you have that Valentine's party. And I also think it's perfect if you are a teacher. So if I was a teacher, I would definitely come in here. I think these buckets are perfect for gifts. If you want to make your own gift sets, I think you can do that, and then buy some cellophane or saran wrap or something and wrap it yourself. You can definitely do that. Or if you want it, you can make them put flowers in them. You can put real or fake in there. I will more so say fake. I think you can use those for varying things. You can even like hang them up for your keys, or put them like if you have a mud room or a foyer, vestibule, a hook or something, you can even use that for your keys or stuff like that. I do think those buckets are very versatile. Now, I like these yard signs Dollar Tree has, but I've never used their yard signs before. Again, I don't decorate my yard, but I don't know how sturdy they would be, because to me, those the little posts that you put into the ground, they don't look too secure. So I say give it a try. I can't speak to how good they are, how sturdy they are, but I feel like they might be okay depending on your soil. But they definitely had cute ones, and again, you could use things for whatever you want. Just because these are yard signs does not mean you have to stick them in the ground. You can even, maybe if you can, break off the post and use it for something else. This section was definitely the party favor section. Most of the stuff on here actually said party favors. So there was such a glare in here. I either tried to angle the product so the glare wasn't there, or I tried to angle the camera. So some of the stuff, some stuff came out better than others, but this section is definitely party favors. But these are more for, that's why I keep saying for teachers, they're very like juvenile. I wouldn't give these to adults or even teens. So for younger kids, like maybe preteen and younger, I think these are perfect. They had fake little heart rings. Then they had like the little poppers. I don't know what you call them. Click clacks. I think they're click clacks, like the old school click clacks. I forgot all about those till I was in there. The little glasses and things like that. So these are more for children, young children. I wouldn't give them to older children, like teens or anything. But you know, again, maybe you know adults better than that. You know the adults in your life better than I do. So you know, maybe your office will be cool with that. But I say stick to children. One problem I always have with Valentine's Day is that with their decor is that it's never really anything for the window. So usually when I do my window, I take garland and just hit me. I need new garland because my garland I always use is just so raggedy. Oh, shout out to these fortune cookies though. That is such a cute idea. You can use these for adults here now. They're fake fortune cookies and all of them have like little love stains in them. I didn't want to like open up the package. Somebody clearly already did. And then even after I kind of moved over it, when I sat them down, another group of women came over to look at them. They said, oh yeah, they have little stains in them. So they were kind of like opening up, looking through it. So those fortune cookies are actually really cute. And I feel like if you're watching, if you like, you going to propose to a lady friend on Valentine's, I think that's kind of cliche, but that's none of my business. My uncle got married on Valentine's, so I can't even talk. But if you're going to, I think those fortune cookies will be perfect if you're going to propose. That's just my opinion. I don't know that they should be from Dollar Tree, but honestly, at that point, I don't think it really matters because of the style you're doing it. Having fortune cookies to propose, I think that is such a cute idea. That's just me. But anyway, as I was saying, with Valentine's Day, since it's so limited and stores don't put out that much stuff, the windows kind of end up being, it's just the window clings or a few stickers and that's it. So usually I have to make up, but I always do every year, like literally, I just take garland, make a big heart, and then take more garland and put an arrow through the heart, and that's it. I like the way it looks. It's really cute. People love it. They ask me about it if I'm coming out of the house. They, oh, I like that. Did you make that? Where'd you get that from? But I hope that eventually, since it seems to me like Valentine's, for the last 3 years, I've noticed, well, before the Rona, that they were putting out a little bit more and a little bit here, a little bit more there for Valentine's Day, getting bigger, doing a few more things. They even have wreaths now for it. So I'm hoping that eventually they start doing things that can really go into the window, because on mirrors or walls and things like that, because we need just a little bit more. You can make your own things. I like do-it-yourself things, but sometimes I need a little bit of help.
When everything moves slower, you're taking me back to better days. I still remember weekend trips, late night drive to our favorite hits, burning through a mixed CD we made. Just a couple kids, no
Now these aren't really like buckets like the other ones. These are more so you can put, in my opinion, popcorn in them, things like that. Like if you do a movie night or you have a party, you can put popcorn, chips, and you can put candy in there. It's not like the metal material. It's more of a literally a popcorn container. You go to the movie theater, that's literally what it is. So don't use these for anything that's going to be like wet if you're putting flowers in there or stuff like that.
Taking me back when everything moves slower. You're taking me back to better days. Oh.
I really like these bubblegum machines. I bought 2, yes I did, and nobody even saw them when I was over there. And then when I picked them up, literally all the women in the section just stopped and looked at me. I lied to you not, it was a little awkward, but then I started like turning the turnstile. You can really turn it. You don't need to put coins in there. And then as soon as I grabbed my 2 because I knew it was only 2 pink ones left and I wanted pink. As soon as I walked off, they ran over and grabbed the rest of them. That was actually pretty hilarious, but I'm loving the gumball machines. The first time I saw it was during the fall, I think. I was watching people's videos and I think I saw it in Target. I don't really shop in Target, but I actually went to Target just to see if I could find it and they were out. I was so mad. And then Christmas time, Hobby Lobby, I think, had some left over, but I didn't end up getting it because it was like a few left and they were cracked. So I was like, ugh. Then I saw these and because I wanted a bubblegum machine to put candy in. I want a big one. I do know Hobby Lobby has them out again, I think, for Valentines, but I'm not going to be near Hobby Lobby soon. I'm not sure. If I end up there, I'll film if they have anything. But I'm like, let me just grab these 2 now because I don't think I'm going to be up near Hobby Lobby again. But I'm liking these bubblegum machines. And I think they look so cute with the pretty candies in there. But for whatever season it is, like fall, you had the orange and the candy corn. Christmas, you had, the little Reese's and stuff. So for Valentine's, I have no idea what to put in there because they're so small. You can't really put sweet tarts or anything in there, but I don't care. I like it.
Soundstripe.
Now this sign here, it's a flower blooming on the side. Once you take the plastic off and then it's like a little casing around the top, the flower blooms out of the top left of it. I thought that was cute. I feel like you can even add something on these because they also kind of feel like a do-it-yourself project as well, like write something on there or something. But these are cute, and I think they might have had them last year actually. I either didn't see them but then like now that I'm talking, I feel like I saw these before, and if I saw them before, it had to be in Dollar Tree. So I think they might have had them last year. Dollar Tree, of course, repeated a lot of their Valentine's stuff. They always do that, and I'm glad because it's usually the garland hearts and stuff like that, and I always end up breaking those up or they get flattened and I end up just having to throw some out. So they do have some of the things they usually have, and they do have some new ones, like you saw the koala and the sloth, and then they had the other little thing, I don't know what those are, they're like the horse, the unicorn or whatever. Those are more for children. So if you're an adult, go for it. Hey, go for it. But they actually have those, I think, which would be good for children's rooms. Again, a classroom. If you are a teacher, you better go get this stuff. I'm telling you, Dollar Tree hooks you up.
Through a mixed CD we made. Just a couple kids nowhere to be, taking time for making memories, living life like we were runaways. Yeah, those were the days. You're taking me back. You're taking me back. When the world was smaller and everything was ours. You're taking me back. You're taking me back. When everything moves slower, you're taking me back to better days. So take me back when we were younger. Back when we were
And the envelopes. I love these envelopes. I was over there again filming, and I guess it was a group of women, they were looking lower, but then when they saw me reach up to get these, I even had one woman, she said, can you get me one? I can't reach it. Can you get that for me? So the envelopes, they're going to be going fast in my opinion. It was only 4 left, I think. You see this Dollar Tree, people already started shopping it. So I can already tell, I'm just going by what I can tell, the envelopes and the bubblegum machines are going to go quickly. And you know, with Dollar Tree, sometimes they get in different things. Like, you, one week they'll have these things, and then come the next week when they get shipment, it'll be something completely different, and they won't get those things back in. So I feel like the envelopes are going to go as well. I also got 2 of those. Last year I had like the really tiny envelopes. Not last year, I think it was just before the Rona. They had envelopes, but they were like really little. This is the first time I've seen them with the big ones, and they're cute, and I grabbed me 2, and then all the other women who needed me to help them get theirs, I grabbed theirs for them. So get your envelopes now, because they are not going to be there long. I can already tell. Have any of you actually ever gone to a kissing booth? They always have these kissing booth signs, and I'm like, wouldn't it just be just the most awkward thing in the world? You kissing somebody just randomly, you don't know who they are, and you're paying to do it. Unless it's Roman Reigns and he's married, so I wouldn't even do that. I would never do it, period. But that's the only way I could see, like, okay, it's Denzel, Roman Reigns, or whatever. That makes sense, because who would really want to turn up a chance for that? But it just seems like it's so awkward. Or if you're the person working the kissing booth, how have you ever worked a kissing booth? That just seems so awkward. And you don't know what people have, and you don't know if people are perverts. I don't. Every time I see a kissing booth sign or anything, it's like, oh, that's cute. But I really do wonder, do people have kissing booths for real? I know there are somewhere like in carnivals, but to actually go to a kissing booth or work one, I couldn't do that. I really like this love sign. I think I had it in all red before, but it broke so easily. That's the only gripe sometimes with some Dollar Tree stuff. But I mean, it's literally $1.25 now. It's not that big of a deal. Just literally go back next year and get another one. That's how I look at it. That's why I'm like, if something breaks from Dollar Tree, I'm not upset, because it literally wasn't cheap. Literally cheap. And if it's going to be that cheap, it's also going to be, let's be real, cheap in quality. So you can't be mad when something from Dollar Tree breaks. Even if you just bought it, like, it is what it is. But I will say I like their signs. I think they really do a good job season to season with their decor, their signs, their trinkets, their flowers. I really appreciate that they put effort into it. And everybody know, like I said, it's cheap. We all know that, but they still put effort into its appearance, because with Dollar Tree, it's all about the appearance when you buy things like this. And I do like that that you can tell that they have a team that decides what they're going to make or where they're going to get it from. It might not even be Dollar Tree who makes this stuff, because sometimes some of this stuff isn't Family Dollar, let's be real. So whoever, at least who they acquire it from, they do a good job. But bottom line is they do a good job, and you get, like, it's $1.25. You can't beat that. Can't beat that with a stick.
Soundstripe. Soundstripe.
I feel like maybe since Valentines, it's a romantic season, maybe instead of the red truck, they should do a horse and carriage. You know how they do y'all know the red truck they do for every single solitary season. Maybe do a white horse and carriage, pink horse and carriage. Maybe that would be better. Maybe they should switch it, because that's what I personally would never use a horse and carriage. I love animals, and I hate when I see them being used. But I think that would be cute to use those instead of the trucks. Like, this is the season, romance season, weddings and all that. This is the time where people use those the most. So I think they should maybe switch to that during Valentine's, in my opinion. But I also feel like Valentine's, I can take it or leave it. Valentine's Day doesn't bother me. I mean, I ain't got a man, so it doesn't matter to me. Like, I'm not married, no boyfriend or nothing. So Valentine's, it doesn't make me upset or anything. And I don't think it's super cheesy. I don't think it's corny. It doesn't bother me one way or the other. If I had a man and they'd be like, okay, let's do something for Valentine's. If we both didn't feel like it, it'd be like, okay, we don't feel like doing anything. But I like that more people are starting to shop for Valentine's, because it felt a little lonely being the only one that I know. I know other people did, but like overwhelmingly people were not decorating. Like one year, obviously years ago, I was always upset. I'm like, oh, Christmas is over. And that's literally it, because when I very first started decorating, I'm telling you, I had nothing. I was in elementary school and I started decorating because nobody was doing anything anymore. And I was like, well, I'm tired of this. And I got a raggedy tree that we always use, and that's where I started, from a tree that didn't even have all the legs. So I would try to use milk crates or something to like stand it up, and that's how I started in elementary school, decorating the house. And then it just was only Christmas, and I started out with only Dollar Tree. That's all I had the money for. I didn't want to ask anybody for anything. A few things at Dollar Tree here and there. Every year I'll buy a few things more. Like maybe 3 or 4 things, and then this and then it just blossomed into what I do now. And then I used to only decorate for Christmas, and I'll be like, oh, well, this is the do-it-yourself section right here, by the way. I got it this time, and they have a lot of things for you to try. But then I was like, well, it's depressing because once I take down Christmas, I don't decorate for anything else. The house is just plain. So that's when I started, oh, well, fall, I really like fall's pretty. I can buy some leaves and buy a few things and put them out. I'm telling you, my fall up until like 4 years ago, maybe even 3, was just trash. Not even trash, it was just, I barely had anything. And then that's why I started saying, you know what, I need to purposely go out and buy stuff for fall because I don't have anything. Because I was like, what else can I do other than leaves? And then I figured it out. As you saw, I figured it out. So then it was like, okay, now I have fall and Christmas. But then I take down Christmas, it's still almost a year until I'm decorating again. And then one day I was like, why don't I just decorate for Valentine's Day? And then it was like this one person, they threw some hearts up in their window, and that was it. And I said, you know what, I can build, it looked really nice though. And I said, you know what, I'm gonna decorate the house. It didn't even hit me until I saw that. I'm like, duh, you can decorate. And I'm like, what I'm gonna do, put up a bunch of hearts, that's it. And so I decorated, I went full out that year, decorated. I got all my stuff from Dollar Tree too because nobody really had anything. Did my window up real big with that big heart and the arrow. And then after that, people were like, oh, that looks really nice. People in my neighborhood started decorating it on my block, and then it just started blossoming. So now in my neighborhood, everybody decorates, obviously not everybody, but Valentine's, they decorate almost just as much for Valentine's as they do Christmas. And I like to pat myself on the back because I'm the reason and I know it. And that one house that I saw, they inspired me. So they're really the originals. So you really can decorate for any season, and it's just fun to see that other people are starting to do it now. And because it was a little lonely, but it's like it leaves less options for me since everybody's buying things. But I don't mind. I like when people shop. I like when people in home decor and I'm there and I don't feel like I'm just like the only one there. It's like if I'm the only one, it doesn't matter. But for seasonally, it just makes it more fun. When I was out for Christmas and it was crazy busy, I enjoyed that because it made it feel like Christmas. And now that people are shopping for Valentine's Day, it makes it feel like Valentine's. Just my little story that I'm telling you. But I like that people are shopping for Valentine's more and more. And it was even men out. When I was in Home Goods, it was men in the aisle. They looked embarrassed for some reason, but there were men in the aisle. So yeah, everybody's getting into it. So you can get into it too.
You're taking me back, all the way back to better days. You're taking me back to better days.
Soundstripe. Soundstripe.
And here's the tiny little envelope that I said I used to get. At first, that was really all Dollar Tree had for that. So now that they have the big ones, I was excited. So originally it was only those two. These are made to look like pearls. So they have it in a typical, traditional pearl color, and then they have it in pink. I don't know how durable these are because these are very thin. So I would say handle them with care. Alrighty guys, that brings us to the end of our $1.25 tree Valentine's Day shopping. Hope you saw what you like. Hope you like what you saw. Go out and get those envelopes and the bubblegum machines. They will not be there long if they even have them at all. Next up is either going to be Walmart or Home Goods. I have not decided yet. I might go with Home Goods because I feel like Home Goods is going to go quicker than Walmart. Walmart kind of gets Valentine's in a lot, and they have some things, but they don't really have a lot. So maybe we'll go with Home Goods. I should start doing polls so you guys can pick whichever one you want next. Anywho, with that being said, I'm your hostess and Empress Nikki T. Thanks for visiting my empire. Deuces.